Hi guys, welcome back to the messy kitchen, you guys. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. We did, definitely we did. It was very quiet, which is okay. We like it that way. Couple things before we start. First of all, thank you so much for being here. I'm super happy to be back in the kitchen and back painting. Next thing, New Year's resolutions. I don't really set resolutions, but I do make some personal goals. So I have to tell you, this year, one of my personal goals was I'm going to learn how to edit. And so it's going to take me a little bit of time because I am absolutely not at all technical and I don't really even understand all the languages. And anyway, I'm going to learn how to edit. That's my one thing. My second thing was that there are so many amazing, beautiful styles of acrylic pour painting out there, and I'm not versed at very many of them. I've told you guys all, when I started pour painting, I jumped right into blooms, and I went from blooms to swipes, and from swipes to transfer swipes. I have no experience with Dutch pours and things like that. So I kind of want to work my way through some of these other techniques and maybe even combined some of these techniques. So that is one of my goals. And my next goal, you guys are going to laugh at this and the story behind it. My next goal is that I really want to learn just to kind of paint tidier, because I know that when I say welcome to the messy kitchen, it really is a messy kitchen. I generally have paint everywhere, and my whole attitude is like, well, it's my kitchen, and I'm the only one that looks at it. So for me, this is what I enjoy doing, and I just don't think it's necessary for me to strip down all the time and clean up. But I definitely admire people whose workspace and paintings are always really tidy. I just don't seem to be able to do it. So that was my goal. So New Year's Day, I got all set up. No, New Year's Eve day. I got all set up to paint, and with the intent of having a really nice, clean, fresh setup. So I stripped everything down, spent the majority of my day really putting effort into getting a cleaner work environment. Set up some walls, set up new table setting. My camera is now above me, so you guys are on a whole different angle. And I got all ready to paint, mixed my paints. And the first thing I did was I went to pour Black Onyx base paint, and I dropped the can, and I dumped half of a can of Black Onyx everywhere. It went all down my table and all down my chairs, and it was just kind of another epic disaster in paint pouring. So, as you all know, it's a big mess to clean up, but it was even a worse mess because Greater Victoria is under cold snap. And so, being warned that this cold snap was coming, I went out and wrapped all my exterior pipes with insulation and tape and plastic, because I try really hard not to dump acrylic paints and stuff down my kitchen sink, and I have no access to water. Okay, swipe guys. So I had to clean up my mess with just basically paper towels, and it took me probably an hour and a half. And by the time I got my mess cleaned up, I didn't give a beep about painting any longer. So much for painting tidy. And then the last 2 nights I have painted, and I don't know, you know what? I think I got so wrapped up in trying to be tidy that I kind of lost the joy in painting. So tonight you're back to the messy kitchen, and we're just going to paint. So I just added a little bit of polyacrylic and water to this Black Onyx because it's like glue. It's really, really thick. So we're just going to mix it for a minute. So you guys will have to share with me and tell me if you made a New Year's resolution or you set a goal. What was it? Share your stories. I set some personal ones too, but I do that every year as well. Some I accomplish and some I don't. One is to take better care of myself and start, you know, putting more effort into cooking for me and not having chips for dinner. Chips sound like a lot more fun and way easier, but probably not the healthiest choice. All right, quick spin. All right, I'm just going to tip this a little bit. My spinner, that was the other thing I did. In my process of this whole new clean setup, I leveled my table and I leveled my spinner and I got everything all nice and level, and it's really hard to level in my house and I hate it when things are up on little pieces of wood. So I leveled my entire spinner with putty, and I did it like 3 or 4 times and I could not get my spinner. My spinner was perfectly level, and then I'd start to paint and I'd try it. I'd make sure it was still level and it would be off. This is what a ditz I am. So I leveled everything again. The tile on it, same thing. I thought, what in the name of God am I doing wrong? Why can't I get this? Turned out that I've painted some of these tiles so many times, the backs of them were all gooey. And of course, it was actually the back of the tile. My spinner was totally dead center. So if you're looking to level, check your tiles. All right, let's pick up some of this beautiful puddle. A little bit heavy on the black there, so we're going to work around it. And I am just using, I think I'm just going to use a playing card. All right, let's pick up. Let's start here. We don't have cells in this section, but that's okay. And here we go, my friends. Okay, there's our first swipe. Nice contrast on black. I like that. I'm just going to let it gently roll down the card. I'm going to try to scoop it so that I don't make a mess. Okay, let's give it a spin, you guys. I really would like to have some white paint. I was supposed to go out and get white paint tonight, but again, it's snowing like crazy in Greater Victoria, which doesn't sound like any big deal, but Greater Victoria is not equipped for snow. We have minimal snow removal equipment in the city. I don't even have a winter coat. That's how seldom it snows. So for the last week and a half, I've been on the bus to go to work and I haven't got a coat. And you know, my equivalent to a winter coat is like a hoodie with a sweater underneath. That's my winter coat. But it's been extremely cold with wind chill factors and just driving snow. So it's been interesting taking public transit, which in Greater Victoria and snow also doesn't come on time. So of course I'm always 10 minutes early. So I'm 10 minutes early for a bus that's 10 minutes late. So it's like 20 minutes of standing out in ill-equipped clothing, waiting for the bus. All right. Okay, I'm going to spin it a little bit more. It's quite simple and I kind of don't want to wreck it, but we got to spin it a bit. All right, let's put one more swipe through it, I think. See, now that everything is all messy, I'm back to being me again. Just trying to be tidies for the birds. All right, let's pick up one more puddle, I think. Let's try to get some of these I'll put all my colors down in the description box. All right, I'm going to scoop up these colors and we're going to, let's just give it a little spin, be that way. Okay, just a little bit of shift here, guys. All right, my friends, I'm going to stop here with this pour. It's very simple. It's pretty straightforward. It's really clean. I'm okay with that. Considering every pour I've done for the last 3 days has been just a gong show, I'm okay. I'll consider this a win. Not like, oh my God, but it's okay. And right now, I'm all right with okay. It's actually quite pretty. It's quite shimmery. All right, my friends, I will put all my recipes down in the description box. I'm going to love you and leave you here. I'm going to thank everybody for pouring with me in the kitchen tonight, listening to me and supporting me. You guys are awesome. Once again, I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. And we'll talk really, really soon, my friends. All right, bye for now.